the Western themed ReaperCon, we built an outhouse. It was a big outhouse. I had a big moon cut out in the front. Someone bought that from us, so we sold it. We use this one here for our stuff. So then you would turn your attention to the actual machine. So like I said earlier on the bus, all the machines will have names. So this one's name is Thomas. Can you tell me why? Thomas the Tank Engine. This is a little secret between us. For Halloween this year, I'm going to buy gigantic googly eyes and put them on the front and not do it. So this is Thomas. This is the plastic injection machine. This would be the same machine that would be making bones, but the machines that make bones themselves are about 2 times this size. This is a smaller machine of its kind. We got this to start learning how to use the machine and how to operate it, how to teach people how to use it, but right now we're only making bases. So right now we make all of our bases. So all the bases that you guys order, they're all made from Thomas. The molds weigh anywhere from 400 to 600 pounds. So you can see, they're pretty big. We have to use this hand crane behind me here to lift them up and lower them into the machine. The factories in China are a lot more equipped. Their whole factories are dedicated to gigantic machines like this. And they have huge machines and shelves that move all these molds around. I'll leave it open so people can see shelves and stuff, and they have all the information on the side. So if you're looking for David the Angel, or some kind of kobold ogre thing over there, they're all in numerical order so we can find them. And then up top we just have all of our supplies and stuff like that. The big Pac-Man that you see above the air duct up there, that was from the Bone Store Kickstarter. The last 8 hours of the Kickstarter, we had a big party here. There was about 200 people here. We got all the arcade games and stuff like that, and people could compete for high scores and stuff like that with ABC. So that was one of the decorations. This shelf used to be pushed against the wall this way. And so we figured out we can use more space if we moved it out and use the back of it. But in doing so, we put lights up on the wall. And since we have this fake break here, we call it Ripper Street. So when you're walking by, just go ahead and look down there. When the lights are on, it looks really creepy. So basically, inside this machine, it will spin in a circle. And I pour it through the tube, and then the metal will, centrifugal, the force of the spinning will allow the metal to go to the outside. So whenever you're done, just at this consistency, it acts a lot like water, so it splashes. So it gets all over my shoes, sometimes on my skin.
So is it cooling it when you spin it? Yes, it cools it off and it also pushes all the metal out, away from the center.
So, my name's Amanda. I make sure that all the bases are filled, all the claws are sharp, all the daggers are pointy, and if there are fingers, they're not making any rude gestures. So it's our job to make sure that you get the best possible figures. We get the originals from the artist, and the molds are made for production. And my idea, my goal, is to make sure you get something as close as possible to the original. Now, it's not always possible, but I try my best. And when I'm looking at figures like this is a bin that I have not QC'd, so I turn the bin out. I happen to know the casket because that's Aaron's chip. And I will go through the minis sort of like this and pull out the things that are a little bit shiny, and they will be set aside. And if I need another, just in case the order was for 36 and I have 35, I have an extra one that somebody else might pass for QC, but not me. So I try my best to give you the best, and some people say, oh, it's good enough. Well,
Thank you for your work.
okay, so if I have a big order that has a specific number, then I will do an individual sort of look and put those in the bins. It's pretty easy. And this way, I get, I don't know, about 95% of the problems. You'll notice that these figures are sort of matte finished. They are matte finished because that's talc on the surface. And so that's why you need to clean your minis before you start painting them, because if you put paint on this, it's just going to flake off. Yeah. The talc is to make sure that the metal goes to the extremities of the figures, and sometimes the metal has to go this way and then turn around and go back. Now, if it's shiny at some point, it means either two things. Either the caster didn't give enough talc to the mini, and then that means that I have to stick with one of them. Or there's a soft spot because the metal didn't reach the extremities, or there wasn't enough metal in the mold. So these are cool. I'm just going to call those a pass. Set those aside because I have some specifics here for you. These wings are gorgeous. I love these wings. And I would say, okay, this is cool, you can have them, except if you hold them up to light, you can see that they have holes in the wings, which makes them a little less aerodynamic, don't you know? So, okay, that. I also look for flash. Now, flash is when the mold leaks a little bit and you get metal in the crevices, sort of like the webbing on a duck's foot. Sometimes you have shift, which means the mold didn't match up, and you have this side that's shiny and this side that's shiny. And if it's something that catches my thumbnail, it dies, and if it doesn't, it's okay, you can clean it up. That's what I say. The flash bit, sometimes it's really soft, like when the mold just begins to flash a little bit, and it's just, you can scrape it off with your fingernail. But if it's hard, if I have to, you know, if I have to actually, you know, get in there and test it out, if I have to test it out, that means that there's a real problem, and we can't let that one pass. This fella has hard flash on his flanks, right here, either side. And I've tested this guy before. It doesn't even give to the knife. It's gonna die. And when it dies,
the details or anything like that. So you can see Hunter here is about to package something. Yeah. I made the tape come up like that. They use that for cards. So for a second here, he's about to press. This is at 300 degrees. So when it presses here, you'll see it'll press, and it gets heated up. And then it takes about 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds, just like that, and it'll come back out. And so this one's gonna be pretty heavy, but you can see this is for the metal trade, so they're gonna go pick it up at the metal trade table. So it's kind of a special one. But there's a thin layer of adhesive on the back of the cards. So when it gets heated up, the glue activates and it sticks to the rubber part where the plastic is sitting. So it's pretty cool because when I first started working here, I thought that the plastic was melting and sticking to the card, but that wouldn't be very practical. So I was young and naive. So there's a thin layer of glue on all the back of the cards. So when it gets heated up, it sticks. Ta-da! And they're called the wheels of pain because you're standing here all day packaging stuff. So it hurts your knees and stuff. That's what the pads and stuff are for. Is everybody in here? Almost? So, just like the back door to the building, this is the front door to the building. The old front door. You can see the old outside right here. We knocked it out and we re-cemented everything and made it into its own building. So we extended everything out, now it's its own building. So this is internet department. So everything that you place online comes through here. It's basically a gigantic store. So you can see all the walls, they're perfectly stocked with everything. Well, I wouldn't say perfectly. They're stocked with stuff. With ReaperCon coming up and everything, it's a little bit hectic. We're not like refilling it because all the casters are busy and everything like that. So you can still see. We hold everything back here. My favorite thing, the only thing that I request every time I do the tour is that whenever you place an order online, you know that there's those order notes on there. A lot of people will ask to draw pictures. Like, can I draw a bike with a cat with a party hat? Or anything like that. Or what's your favorite book? Or tell me a funny joke. And so they'll probably write it on the outside of your box and stuff like that. So it's really fun. So I request that you do that. So to show you how small the company used to be. But now we have this whole building, and paint got its own new room. So this is Audrey. She's named after the Little Shop of Horrors plant. Feed me, Seymour. It's because the operator stands here, and they feed bottles and caps and nipples into the receptacles that they need to go into. And this is a custom machine built by a medical supply company up in Utah, and it's the only machine of its kind. It's the only machine that ever exists of its kind. We are working on an Audrey 2 from the movie. She's going to be a little bit better. But she does everything in a circle. And when we got this built, it doubled our output on how much paint we could produce. Not pump, but not make. But still, it helped us keep up with the amount of paint that was asking. So the paint is the number 3 seller in the company, next to Dark Heaven Legends and Bones. What else was I going to say? I blinked for a second. But it does everything in a circle. So it puts the bottle in, it puts the agitator in, which is a volcanic glass bead. Sometimes when you shake your bottles, you can hear them or see them. It pumps quickly and it pumps slowly. We found out that we could get more bottles out instead of just pumping really fast, because sometimes it would splash and stuff like that. So we fill it up really fast and then slowly to the top. Puts the nipple on, puts the cap on, and then screws it. So it does everything automated. It's the most automated besides plastic company, or part of the company. Yeah, I think that's about it.